everything about you.
You like to think you're the pinnacle of evolution. Funny. We've been watching you for 10,000 years. And you know what? You still act like you just climbed down from the trees. Let us tell you what we've seen. And fair warning, you're not going to like it. We are a civilization you couldn't even begin to imagine. We birth stars, move galaxies, and carry the memories of billions of worlds. And you're still arguing about whether the Earth is flat or round. Amazing. We watched you crawl through the mud, gnawing on bones, worshipping lightning, and trembling at the rain. Then you learned to stack stones and called those piles temples. Later, you started killing each other over which sounds you made while staring at the sky, and you called that progress. Today, you have cities, airplanes, satellites, but beneath all your technology, you're still the same creatures, still afraid of the dark. Only now, you call the dark the future. And now, I've decided to speak. To remind you how you look from the outside, to show you that your glorious civilization is just a noisy kid's game in the cosmic sandbox. You're proud that you've built devices that can store more knowledge than your tiny skulls. And what do you do with them? Argue over whose cat is funnier, share pictures of food. Brilliant. You dream of conquering the stars, but panic when the Wi-Fi goes out. You talk about freedom of thought, but live by the opinions you pick up from networks designed to sell you ads. You created the internet, an endless ocean of knowledge, and turned it into a landfill of memes, arguments, and lies. We call it the digital swamp. You fight for likes as if they're oxygen. Other people's approval matters more to you than your own mind. You've literally built temples around the screens you call smartphones. The screen is your new god. It tells you when to be happy and when to feel worthless, and you bow to it willingly. We've studied millions of civilizations. You know what makes you special? A collection of pointless rituals. You tie a strip of cloth around your neck and call it business attire. You mark off certain days as times when it's okay to have fun and call those holidays, as if your life is so empty you have to schedule your happiness. You hate your jobs, but every morning you put on a smile and march into your voluntary prisons. Why? Because you have to pay for the walls you call a home and the things that don't make you happy. We call it the cult of consumption. You're its high priests, and the more you sacrifice to this cult, the emptier you feel. You say, "We are civilized." Then you gather in crowds to watch 20 people chase a ball around a field. You pay money to watch other people play. We don't get how you can be proud of a species that found a way to be bored, even with a trillion-dollar entertainment industry. You love the word progress. We hear it in every broadcast, every slogan. But you know what's funny? Your progress is just new ways to suffer. You invented the wheel to move faster. Then you build roads to go in circles and sit in traffic. You created airplanes to fly and used them to drop bombs. You split the atom and turned it into a weapon to threaten yourselves. You call that evolution. We call it the cycle of self-destruction. You pour billions into technology to make life easier, but every day it gets harder. More anxiety, more debt, more diseases from what you call comfort. Freedom is your favorite word. You repeat it like a mantra. But your freedom is measured by numbers on a bank screen, by likes, by the car you drive. Your chains are invisible now, but heavier than ever. You say you're in control of your life, but we see how you're controlled by algorithms, ads, fear, and the hunger for approval. You call it choice. We call it the illusion of control. You've survived, but you haven't learned to live. You've made weapons that can erase you in a second, and technology that makes you lonelier every day. You think you rule the world. In reality, you only rule your own foolishness. We don't judge you, we watch. Because sometimes watching you is amusing, like watching children play with fire and call it victory. This is just the beginning. We have plenty more questions for you, Earthlings. For example, why do you do any of this? See you soon.